Good afternoon, guys. Well, actually, good morning and happy Sunday to all of your sunshiny faces. It's 11 o'clock still. It's still morning, right? So, I'm gonna share with you guys our little Aldi haul. I'm not used to doing a haul on Sunday morning. We just went to Aldi. We spent $41.06. We did end up having a couple of little impulse buys in here, but it's just a couple of little things that we kind of needed to fill in some of the stuff for this week. So I'll share that all with you guys, but yeah, I feel like the same as last week, $40 for like, we didn't get a lot on the table. Kind of seems like a little, I don't know, but they like I said, there was a couple of things that were kind of an impulse buy that kind of quickly added up to 10 bucks at least. So I will share this all with you guys real quick. So this stuff right along here, this was what we ended up getting at Aldi. Produce wise, they had a limit. We went to our Aldi, so I don't know if this would have been at the other one too, but they had a limit of 2 strawberries. So I got 2 packages of strawberries. They were $1.49. I'm gonna do my spinach salads with them this week, just spinach and berries, because I also got blackberries, and I think we still have some blueberries as well. So I'll do a pack of strawberries, like I said, a pack, maybe 2 packs of blueberry or blackberries, and maybe a half pack of blackberries and a half of a pack of blueberries, something like that, over spinach, and then maybe add some nuts on top of that, and I'll do 5 of those for the week. Hopefully I can remember to do these because sometimes I wind up forgetting. Grapes were 99 cents. We did get some at Jewel for 68 cents or whatever it was, but I figure normally I get 2 bags, and so since the one bag I got was almost like a little over 2 pounds, I wanted to get another bag. When they're under $1, I like to get 2 bags of green grapes, just because my mom and Jack in one sitting could eat through almost an entire bag themselves. Bananas, I don't remember the price of those, but we got, I think, like 6 or 5 bananas, something like that. Head of lettuce, because Jewel was, I don't know, I think it's weird. I was telling you guys, Jewel's supposed to have those, like the lettuce was supposed to be on sale for like 68 cents or something like that. I don't know what the Aldi price was, but they were supposed to have it on sale, and it ended up not being on sale. I don't know if when they advertise it, it's for our local Jewel, because we shop at a different one, and sometimes the prices, oh, look at that. They got all their toys. All their toys, and they're sitting in the sun right now. Oh my goodness, guys. Somebody is chewing apart the duck right now. The reason, again, that the lettuce might have been a different price at the other Jewel was because, again, the one that's advertised, we might be getting it for that area, because sometimes the prices are a little bit different, or they might not have stuff. But I noticed with the produce, that's the biggest thing. I've gone there a couple times, and the stuff that they have in their ad isn't the same. So I can use the online ad instead of the one they send to my house, to check, to verify, to see if the price is actually the same as the one that's there. So anyways, we ended up getting lettuce so we can do salads this week. We got paper plates because we're out of paper plates. Here came the impulse buys. I checked, sometimes candy corn has got gelatin in it. I checked this kind and it does not, so hopefully it tastes yummy. I love candy corn, but there's only a couple brands that, again, I can really have. And so this one was one of those ones, like I said, I read in there that they didn't have gelatin in it. So I ended up picking that up. I think that was like $2. And then these were $3. These Reese's peanut butter cups. You know, just a little fall thing. My dad's like, oh, Kayla, can we get these? Because I actually wasn't going to originally get these, and then I saw, oh, they actually don't have gelatin. I was like, maybe I'll get them for this week. And then my dad was like, oh, look at these. These are fall Reese's peanut butter cups. Maybe we get these too. And I was like, really? Come on. Okay. And then also too, some asparagus risotto, because it's cool out, and a nice warm bowl of risotto is always tasty. And I like the asparagus kind. I tried like the triple cheese or whatever. I was not a huge fan. I do like the asparagus kind though from Aldi. I love it. I got 2 things of black beans because I think I'm out, or maybe I just have 1 can left. And then freeze-dried strawberries. These are $2.99, so a little bit expensive, but my little treat for myself, that I'll have sometimes, you know, once a week or something like that, once or twice a week. Normally I will have like this, like a bag this size twice. I could eat through the whole thing in one sitting, but I try and space it out. Some French vanilla coffee creamer, some hot dogs, these things. These, if you guys saw that haul I did from World Market. My mom got some of these, and oh my goodness, they were so good. And so I saw last week Aldi had them, and then I saw them again this week, and I was like, okay, well, we're not getting that much stuff, so I'll try these out. These were $2. Not a huge big thing. My mom got them way cheaper because those were the ones that were like on clearance, but they were super tasty. So I'm hoping Aldi's is just as good, but they have like, it's like melty, like sort of like hardened cheese, like in the twists and these puffed like pastries. Oh my goodness, they're super good. I really liked them. And then bagels, which I forgot cream cheese. So my dad might actually have to run back out to Aldi, only because I also forgot the stuff that I need to make the chicken freezer dinners with. So we're gonna have to figure this out. I might do salsa chicken, and we might have, I don't know what we have in the pantry. That was the whole thing. I had to go through it. So he might run out and grab that. But I was out of hash browns, so I got hash browns. But then I was also maybe have 1 or 2 like bagels left, and I was like, well, I'll do bagels then again, you know, once or twice this week or whatever. And yeah, forgot the cream cheese, which I think I'm completely out of. The I like the onion and chive kind, or chive and onion, whatever it is. And yeah, totally spaced out, forgot to get that. And then the knock your sprouts off bread, we got that because we got regular like wheat bread at Jewel, and then also hamburger buns just because we might do pulled chicken, barbecue chicken sandwiches, or like sloppy joes, something like that, normally once a week. So I try and make sure that we have 1 pack of hamburger buns. Anyways, like I said, a couple little impulse things in there. The candy, the puff pastries are a little bit more of an impulse. You know, just we didn't end up getting that much. We didn't really get snack stuff either though, just because we got we're stocked up in a lot of that. And we did get a couple of little things here like fruit snacks at Valley Produce and stuff like that. So, you know, there wasn't a whole ton of stuff that we need. We did get a lot of produce this week. That was really good. You know, so again, some other little things for myself too. Like I said, risotto for a night when I don't feel like really making anything for myself for dinner or lunch or something like that. And then again, to my breakfast things that I was kind of out of. And then, you know, like I said, it really wasn't that much. We spent some more money probably on candy and stuff like that. So anyways though, guys, the Bears game is starting, in about an hour. So I have enough time to get this put away. We also stopped and we got some, you guys see that back there? Starbucks. Haven't had Starbucks since pre-pandemic, guys. It has been a long time because normally I started making my coffee. Well, I normally just wouldn't on like the weekends, but ever since I got that French press, I was making like a whole like thing of coffee, a kind of like a big thing of coffee. Oh my goodness. He clearly got into this duck and is now shaking fluff all over the place. What are you doing? I came in here, it was like somebody was having a pillow fight. This fluff started going flying everywhere. Charles, what did you do? Look, it's all over my floor. What did you do to the duck? What did you do to him? Him's missing all him fluff. Oh my goodness, ew, he's all soggy and wet too. What did you do? What did you do? What did you do? He gets all awkward on camera. As soon as I bring the camera around, he's like, okay, I'm gonna stop whatever I was doing. Dude, now I gotta go and clean all this up. I hope it was fun and worth it. Anyways, guys, I forgot what I was saying. Oh, I was making my French press, but normally when I make it kind of in like a big batch, and then I just keep it in the fridge for like a day or two. So I normally have like pre-made coffee, and I've had pre-made coffee mainly over the weekends. And so there he goes, going into that duck again. So I haven't, like, since we've been grocery shopping again, I haven't been going to, like I said, Starbucks, because I've had coffee in the morning already ready. And so this is the first time. See, if I'm talking and I'm not paying attention to him, he'll keep doing what he was doing. But yeah, this is the first time that I hadn't had coffee ready, so we ended up, that's what he did, and it went all flying. It was like everywhere. So yeah, that's the first time that I haven't had coffee. So we ended up getting Starbucks. So I got a Frappuccino, which is cold today though, guys. So like I'm gonna have to put a sweatshirt on and probably have this coffee. And there's a wasp in my window. Hey buddy, you're not supposed to be in there. The final result on these puff puff pastry twists, the cheese ones from Aldi. We ate through the entire package just this afternoon. Pretty much me and my mom. My dad might have had a couple. I think these were better than the kind we got at World Market. They were super, super like fluffy and thin and crispy and tasted like amazing, guys. Oh my goodness. Like I said, we went through that thing pretty quick for $2. You know, it was 5.3 ounces or whatever. So yeah, guys, that was well worth it because they tasted, like I said, they were so light and fluffy and buttery, and oh my goodness, they were amazing. So yeah, that grocery item from today is already done. So guys, I'm gonna go take a shower and get to bed. I'm actually warming up the water right now for my coffee because I'm gonna pre-make my coffee for tomorrow because I could not fall asleep last night. I don't know why. I tried to go to bed early, but I don't think I fell asleep until like, no, maybe I fell asleep around like 1 something, 2 o'clock, which wasn't so bad, but I ended up waking up like around 9 o'clock or something, which is then we ended up going to the grocery store to Aldi, and we did have to run to Menards because I don't know if I told you guys, my dad needed to get something for work, and then we also stopped at Starbucks too, so that's why I'm pre-making my coffee for tomorrow, so I don't have to worry about that. But we ended up actually my dad weed whacked outside today. He didn't get to the edging or edging, I think it is, the edger, I think, or an etcher. I don't think it's an etcher, I think it's an edger. For that, the Milwaukee one that we have, it's like the string trimmer, which with the different attachments and everything like that, but he was gonna get to that, didn't, but just ended up being able to weed whack, and I ended up actually weeding through the basically most of the gardens in the front yard, like the flower gardens and everything like that, and did get a little bit of work done in there wasn't too much really that needed to be pulled out in the vegetable garden, but I got through that stuff, and then also to the ones in the front yard, which weren't all that bad, but I was doing that while I was actually baking the bird seed for today, and so I went outside to go fill up the bird feeders and was like, ooh, this bed's looking a little, you know, like it needs a little bit of attention. And then too, because when we had that drought, even though I was watering the plants like at least somewhat of a regular basis, but it was like 3 weeks or whatever we'd had with no rain, and it was so hot. You know, that was like going on 2 or 3 weeks ago now, because it just rained 2 weeks ago, so that's why too. I ended up weeding everything, but there was some stuff that looked kind of like dead-ish in there, and I think too some of it's just sort of like, you know, this is the end of, you know, summer, and you know, it's turning into fall, and so some of this stuff is kind of dying down anyway. But because of that, we ended up I watered everything out there, but I trimmed down all that stuff that was kind of looking a little brown, which were a handful of different plants in the flower beds anyway. But then there's a lot of stuff that was coming back where some of it had like new growth at the bottom, but like some of the stalks were kind of dead, so I cut some of that stuff out. And then too, I also kind of trimmed down and was training the rose bush, because I showed you guys when we put the arbor up outside, that we have the rose bush like growing up on. So I ended up training some of the canes that were kind of a little crazy, at least towards that direction. And then also I ended up, there was a handful of, I think it was from that winter we had, not last year but the year before that, where we had that like Arctic cold like day or two, whatever it was, but it was like colder here than it was in Antarctica, which is kind of crazy. But a lot of plants ended up taking a pretty big hit from that. A couple of our bushes, actually I think really all of our bushes, there's definitely some branches that were in there, and you can notice it too on a lot of the trees too. They just like, you know, certain stuff hit it and like, you know, I think just killed some of it off, because I never really seen or had that happen before in other years, especially since I've really been paying attention to gardening over the last couple of years. And the same thing too, my aunt's lost a couple of her rose bushes, but we lost a handful of canes. They ended up sort of just like dying from that, but a lot of it still ended up staying, which was really good because it was a heirloom like rose bush. I don't really even know what kind it is. Just some type of, like, my mom got it from an heirloom marketplace or something like that. Well, actually I think her friend got it. A friend of the family's got one or two maybe or something like that, or split them or did something, and so we got one of them, and my mom had it actually in 3 different places at one point. Now we only have it in the one spot, and so I was really scared that we were gonna lose it, but a handful of them were dead, so I actually went through there and was able to get into the flower bed, and actually they kind of just broke off. Like, I went to go grab for them and a couple of them just kind of broke off because they were so dead anyway. But most of it's actually looking really good, and a lot of it has new growth too. Like, there's the little red leaves coming on, and then also too, the rose bush we got my mom for Mother's Day also has a lot of new growth, and it has even it's been blooming too, guys. It has new buds. Oh, that's the water. Anyways, the other thing too is that I think tomorrow, guys, I'm gonna try, and actually I've tried to convince Jack to do yoga, because I really wanted to kind of get back into it. I kind of just, I don't know, I don't want to do it alone, but I feel like, I don't know, I'm not, like, I don't really work out that often. You know, and like when I do something that's, like, you know, pretty physically demanding, like, again, building stuff, or, you know, gardening, and, you know, doing yard work and all that kind of stuff, you know, maybe a little bit more physically demanding, you know, but I mean, you can get a workout when you're digging stuff up, you know, it's a good workout. And you know, so like I said, I was just, you know, over the last, I think, while I've just been kind of sitting around in my bed, like, for a couple days, and I was like, I really need to at least do something. I was like, and yoga is not something that's, you know, super, you know, it'll make your body feel good afterwards, but it's not super painful, you know, and no workout really is insanely painful, maybe while you're doing it, if you're, like, you know, doing weightlifting and all that kind of stuff or whatever, but you know, it's one that's, it's good for you, you know. I guess all workouts are good for you, but, you know, it makes you feel a little bit better after you do it, and it helps you balance more, and it helps, you know, it helps your muscles a lot more, instead of, you know, if you're already having a bad back and you're trying to weight lift, you know, like, that's not gonna help you, you know, necessarily. You need to work on core strength to help your back, and, you know, and so a lot of yoga is a lot of that. And I was really big into yoga. Like, I was big, we used to do a class in my one gym class I was in when I was in high school, and we would do it like maybe once a month or something like that, but like, I actually started doing it like outside, and you know, of you know, school and gym and stuff like that on my own, and started even doing regular, like, just workouts and stuff like that. And I was like, I kind of want to get back into that, but I want to do yoga first to kind of just, like, for muscles, you know, and stuff like that, and just you know, and back and neck, and, you know, all that kind of stuff that sometimes is uncomfortable for me. I'm not always very, you know, I have, my neck hurts a lot sometimes, my back will hurt sometimes and stuff like that, and, you know, jumping into a workout might not be the best thing, you know, necessarily, like an intense workout, you know, and I think yoga is something that's better. But anyways, I've been trying to convince Jack too, for football reasons too, because, you know, that kind of stuff can help prevent injury, and, you know, if your muscles are strong and all that kind of stuff, and if you're good and you're stretched out, you know, that's really what I think yoga is more, is stretching, you know. And so you know, and building strength as well, but it's a lot of stretching. And so I was trying to convince Jack, like, you should be doing it too, and all this kind of stuff, and he's not completely on board, but I was trying to convince him. So I don't know if I'm gonna be doing it by myself tomorrow, or if he will wind up joining me or not, but we will see. So I have, actually, I got a yoga book. I think it was at, like, Goodwill or something like that. It was like The Idiot's Guide to Yoga or something. But it has a lot of really, like, informational stuff about yoga, and, like, you know, the history of yoga and terminology, all that kind of stuff. And so, you know, it's more than just, like, looking up a yoga routine and doing it on Pinterest or something like that. It's, you know, like I said, I like to understand a little bit more about, you know, because sometimes too, you look up a pose and it will say one thing, but then you look it up on a different thing and it says another thing. And so, you know, it's sometimes like they'll use just a basic term, sometimes they'll use the more, you know, like the actual, like, you know, the yoga actual term instead of just like a basic term for it or something. So yeah, anyways, we'll see if that ends up happening tomorrow, if Jack joins me or not. But I'll see you guys all in tomorrow's vlog. If you guys did enjoy today's, make sure you guys give a big old thumbs up. If you guys are new, we'd love it if you'd subscribe, and I'll see all of your sunshiny faces tomorrow. So bye guys.